very warm welcome to you all. So the Making Space for Justice, this is being delivered by Saolta and a strategic partnership of 6 different organisations. So Saolta began, for those who don't know, in 2019 and has been the strategic partnership funded by Irish Aid for global citizenship education in the adult and community education sector. I think that justice so much is about communication. But to do this, we do need to create this new language, this new space, this new discourse. And this is part of what the educational remit that we have is, I suppose. And so all of the people in this room are part of creating this new discourse. And it has to revolve around the types of words that are framed in social justice.
When you work in an NGO or you work in education or similar spaces, it is difficult. You know, like you're trying to deal with funding issues, exhaustion, death-wise success metrics, trying to get all that in for reporting, and then you're also facing a lot in terms of the increasing hate crime, racism, sexism, and failed policies that are meant to be there to protect the environment and more. And it's a lot for us all to be coping with, I suppose. If you look back 100 years ago, 200 years ago, we see similar things, and then we need to learn from what happened to resolve that, but also learn from why it happened in the first place. What is the mistrust, the fear, the anger, the poverty? Who's created that, and what are they doing to funnel that and send us in the wrong direction? There's no point in just keeping moving forward if you don't know what you're moving towards. So think about, what do you actually think this space should look like? What does justice look like? What does an Ireland with an inclusive, healthy and well-supported society without poverty look like? And then how do we get there?
The new president-elect has been mentioned a couple of times, and I was really struck by a comment that she made in recent weeks around preferring not to think in terms of left and right, but rather in terms of right and wrong. And for me, that sort of speaks to almost justice and injustice.
Realization-focused comparisons. What does that mean? That means being able to compare whether things are becoming more just today compared to yesterday, or less just, more unjust today compared to yesterday. That's a realization-focused comparison, right? Are you actually realizing the fruits of more justice today? Actually being able to pick the fruits and enjoy the benefits of the fruits of justice today. And of course, starting with the most vulnerable, the most marginalized, because that's where the most, what he calls manifest injustice is. The great seething piles of injustice that there are everywhere.
One of my mentors, Dr. Dearbháil Lawless, she describes justice in terms of getting well as opposed to getting even. You know, so in the system where I work in schools, justice is, well, you pay for it. Who did what and how you punish them to not do it again. You know, and it's trying to challenge that. And I love that idea of just in terms of getting well. You know, what's not working among us as a community. What needs to change in each of us to take care of all of us, you know? In the space where I work, you see the same 5% of people get the lion's share of the punishment, you know, and how is it working for us? So it's really trying to challenge that belief.
Absolutely brilliant. It seems we all walked away with new knowledge. Thank you all for sticking with us.
Action projects within their own organisations, practice and community groups that have a direct impact on achieving one or more of the goals.
To apply for this training.
This state needs far more global citizenship education. That not only this state, but the European Union, and not only the European Union, but the world itself needs far more GCE, global citizenship education. And that document, I think, sets out in a very succinct way why we need that, and then how that unfolds. And I think part of that success story is Saolta. So some of you may not have been here at the start of Saolta, but it's come a long way since 2019. So to finish on the kind of remarks around congratulating Saolta for the work that it continues to do because it's needed, to congratulate you for the work that all of you are doing because it's needed, and to continue to send you best wishes. And if there's any way that we can work in solidarity outside of our kind of little silos or bubbles, please reach out to us. We'd be more than willing to work with you on any of that. Safe journey home. Talk soon.